In every neighborhood, there are streets you don't walk alone after dark. But for Eli Barnes, 49th Street was more than just a street. It was the line between survival and betrayal. Eli Barnes was 27, a warehouse loader by day and mechanic in training by night. A black man raised by his grandmother in South Oakridge, a neighborhood carved out by resilience and scarred by neglect. He was quiet, hardworking, never had much but made do with what he had. He believed in staying low, working hard, and keeping his nose clean. But some streets don't care about your good intentions. Eli's coworker, Dre, was different. Flashy, always had new kicks, talked big. Said he knew a shortcut to real money. You keep busting your back for pennies, Eli. There's a hustle out there for cats like us. Quick runs. Easy money. At first, Eli resisted. But one overdue rent notice, 2 calls from the power company, and his grandma's rising medical bills chipped away at his pride. Dre introduced him to the system, not the justice system. The street one. Cops who weren't just corrupt, they were the gatekeepers of a secret underworld. Officers Brandt and Morales. They didn't care what happened in South Oakridge, as long as their cut was clean and their hands stayed technically empty. You boys keep the streets quiet, and we'll make sure nobody asks questions. Deal? Eli tried to stay on the edges. Just transport. No violence. No faces. But the deeper he got, the more he saw kidnappings masked as cleanups, overdose setups, innocent people being labeled guilty to cover dirty deals. Until one night it got personal. Dre messed up a drop. The cops didn't care who messed up. They needed someone to pay. They came for Eli, dragged him into the alley behind the laundromat on 49th, said it was business, said he was now a liability, and they shot him dead. Officer Morales, one of the cops, said, "Should have kept it clean, Barnes. You knew the rules." And then, silence. But someone saw. Miss Harper, Eli's neighbor, retired teacher, sharp eyes, sharper memory. She didn't trust cops, but she did trust her pen. She documented everything: badge numbers, plate numbers, faces. And then she made copies. Dozens. Dropped them at every reporter's door she could find. It took months, but the city couldn't ignore the evidence. A local journalist named Jada Cole took the case national. Internal affairs came knocking. One trial led to another. Brandt and Morales were exposed. And Eli, though gone, became the symbol of a system rotting from the inside. South Oakridge changed. Slowly, but visibly. Community centers opened. A mural of Eli's stood on 49th, surrounded by lilies, graffiti tagged with words like justice and never forget. Eli's story ended in silence, but it screamed loud enough to echo through every dirty hallway, every patrol car, every judge's bench. Remember Eli. Remember 49th. And when the system fails, the silent speak. Because silence is deadly. If this story moved you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Kinda Figuring It Out for more stories that uncover the truth, no matter how dark it gets.